Hi, and welcome to this RA Vinyasa class. My name is James, and today we'll be moving through a mindful space of slow movement and breath, and at the same time exploring a very old story which I have a particular relationship with. It sits with me and I think of it a lot, and I think it will for you too. Before we do anything else, it helps to come back to yourself in this moment. So I'm not sure where you're at today, what part of the day you're through, what you've had to deal with. But what definitely helps is taking a moment to transition from the ordinary movements and activities of the day into a space where you can dedicate your whole self to the practice. And to do this, you can close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, you can energetically sit back. And with that sense of sitting backwards into your body, you can soften the skin around your eyes and around your jaw. And around your throat and around your belly, and take a breath in of everything that has happened already today. And take a sigh out to let it go. Let's do another one of those. And breath in of everything. And a sigh out to let it go. And just have a little check-in to see if already a little more of you is available. And what you would have to do to be even more present with your next breath. And as you sit, softening the muscles in your spine, in your face, around your eyes. And you notice the gentle sounds that are happening around you. I want you to imagine a large and old forest with tall, wide trees reaching up towards the sun. And big, gnarled roots reaching down through the earth. And to know that once upon a time there was a forest. In this forest there was a hunter. And that hunter was returning home to his hut, his belly stuck to his spine after a bad day's hunting. His lean and wiry body making its way through the undergrowth and roots. And as he came upon his hut, like he does every day, there was something different, something that truly terrified him. Because coming out of his hut was a trail of thin blue smoke from his chimney. And as he made his way quietly closer, he peeked through the keyhole of his door. And to his astonishment, his hut was warm. There was food, beautiful food made and waiting on the table. His clothes that were ratty and torn were mended, folded and cleaned, sitting on his bed. And this touched the hunter, because it had been a very long time since anyone had shown him this kind of kindness. And yet, there was nobody else in the hut. And that's where we'll leave the story for now. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. So you feel your hands before they touch, bring them together at your heart. Touch your thumbs to your forehead. And thanks and gratitude for the chance to practice. Take a small bow. Release your hands down to the ground. See if you can keep your eyes closed and roll onto all fours. Tabletop. And in your tabletop, begin to move with your breath. Move slower than you want, with breath that is longer and deeper than you're used to. I find it can feel quite nice to press my left hand away from my right knee as I move, to create an arc of tension. At some point, switch it over to the other hand in the knee. And for these moments in the beginning of class, be kind to yourself and move in a way that feels good rather than trying to stretch or change. As you move and breathe slow, like the hunter, you may want to ask yourself, which part of you have you not shown kindness to in a long time? Which part of you, knowing that we are many, have you not shown kindness to in a long time? Keep going, but turn it more into a wave of back to front. So you shift the hips back, then wave forward through a cat. Back through a cow, breathe. Don't worry too much about getting it right, just move and breathe. Good, and then turn it more into a downward dog shape. But in your down dog, keep your knees bent. Have your heart a little more like parallel with the floor. And again, find some movement here. Pressing away one hand and one foot. And slowly shifting the weight from one foot to the other, maybe even swiveling the hips. Begin to walk to the front of your mat. No rush, no hurry, no correct way to do it. Once you're there, sway a little. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, head heavy. Exhale and fold. Knees bent, hang. Good. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Soften your shoulders and jaw. With your eyes closed still, begin to press through your heels and roll up, but keep your head and arms totally relaxed. Totally relaxed. Eventually, your head will come to rest on the top of your body. Find a moment of stillness, of balance. Good. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And this time, breathe out. Bend your knees. Sink your hips back. Let your arms hang. Stay here for a breath. Relax the muscles of your spine. Breathe out. Starting from the hips, tuck your hips to roll up through your spine. Bring your hands up through center to the sky. Reach. Keep reaching. Breathe out. Soften your ribs. Breathe in. Exhale, allow your arms to float down by your sides, like as if you were in water. So notice the whole journey all the way back down. Good, breathe in. Exhale, sink your hips, sit back. Inhale to roll through your spine, through your shoulders, arms pull up, stretch. Inhale. Hold the inhale at the top. Exhale, begin to soften the arms down. Good, we're going to add on where you are, breathe in. Exhale to sit back. Inhale to wave up through your spine, reach, breathe, big breath. Exhale, arms float down, bend your left knee, weight to your left leg. Inhale, raise your right knee up, reach your arms in front of you like you're holding a beach ball. Exhale, twist to the right with your beach ball. Bend your left knee, let your right hand arm, your right leg hang a little. Breathe in. Keep the arms. Exhale, send the leg back, twist over to your left. Allow your right hip to drop down a little, like a modified twisted warrior 3. Good. Breathe here. Exhale, kiss the back toes down. Inhale, reach the arms forward, up, over. Turn the feet out, goddess legs. Let your hips sink down and allow your arms to sink down as well. Stay here. Breathe in, the arms come up to the sides. Straighten your legs. Breathe out, sink the hips down, keep the arms. And breathe. Breath in. Exhale, right shoulder towards right knee, left arm drapes over your head. Let the left elbow and fingers be heavy. Peel the shoulder open. Breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale through the center. Let your head relax. To the other side, inhale, left shoulder, left knee, right arm, shoulder peels open this time. Have your lower ribs in, keep your legs bent. Have your head relaxed so there's no tension in your neck. Breathe to peel open as you press down through your feet. Deep in-breath. Exhale, sink down. Halfway lift, turn your toes in. Breathe out to hang, palms face up on the ground. Breathe. Inhale for your halfway lift. To the front of your mat, runner's lunge. Exhale to straighten the front leg, but don't send it all the way straight, hey? Just most of the way. Lift the back hip high, 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 so you're trying to take the weight out of your left leg by pressing through the ground. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, slide the leg back, down dog. Inhale to wave forward through a high plank. Exhale, lower slowly all the way down. Hug your belly button in a little. Take your hands wide. Soft cobra. Inhale. Head is the last thing to come up. Stay here. Breathe out. Not all the way, just to where it feels good and juicy. Breathe in. Exhale. Relax down. Take your hands in. Press your chest and hips back toward your heels. Inhale to curl forward through a cat. Exhale to tuck toes, down dog. Right leg, inhale it up. Exhale, open the hips, but keep the legs straight. Be light on your right fingertips. Really press through the left hand, inhale. Exhale, slowly step almost to your hands. Roll up through high crescent, straighten your legs. Bend your knees, lean forward, reach back. Step forward lightly, inhale, come all the way up. Stretch up. Exhale, let your arms float back down, eyes closed. With your eyes closed, breathe. Knowing that we contain multitudes, many different versions of us. Which part of us have we not been kind to is the question for now. Inhale. Exhale, sink back, hips, arms dangle. Inhale to roll up through your center, reach really up, but soften your front ribs. Exhale, the arms float down, bend your right knee. Inhale, left leg, knee up, beach ball arms. Breathe out, twist to the left with your beach ball. Breathe in. Exhale, send the leg back, rotate to your right, still holding your beach ball. Let your left hip drop down. Doesn't have to stay parallel. Breathe in. Kiss the toes down. Breathe out. Inhale, arms forward, open and up, turn the feet out. Goddess feet, straighten legs. Breathe out, sink the hips down, sink the arms down. Just the arms, inhale them up to the sides. Exhale, left shoulder towards left knee, right arm overhead. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, right arm comes down through center. Hang. Right shoulder towards right knee, left arm drapes. Breathe in. Exhale down through center, hang. Inhale to roll up, all the way up, stretch up, arms up, keep the feet this time. Exhale, bend the knees, take a beach ball out in front of you, close your eyes. Maybe even sink a little deeper. And back to our hunter, the interesting thing is, every night that week he came back, he found the same thing. Somebody had cared for him and his hut and his wellness with deep kindness. So after a week of doing this, he thought he would double back a little early, see what was going on, maybe sink a little deeper. And as he came back early, he looked through the keyhole. And facing away from him at the table preparing food was a woman with beautiful red hair trailing down her back. And he knew in the way that hunters know that this was fox woman dreaming, part woman, part spirit, part fox. And she knew in the way that women everywhere know when they're being watched. So she turned around, looked at him and said, I am going to be the woman of this hut. And the hunter was simple, but he wasn't stupid, so he just said, yeah, that sounds good. We'll leave it here for now. Inhale, straighten the legs, open the arms out, turn the toes in toward each other. Breathe out, slow fold all the way down. Halfway lift. Fold. Halfway lift. Turn towards the front of your mat. Straighten near your front of your leg. Lift the back, the left hip high, or whichever hip is high. Exhale, slide it back. Inhale to wave forward through a plank. And exhale to lower down. Hands wide, hips and belly button in. Breathe to roll up through a cobra. Head comes up last. Again, a soft cobra. Exhale down. We're going to do this 2 more times. So in your own breath and time, roll it up. Take it down. Last one. Hands down, shift your hips back. Curl forward through a cat. Tuck your toes, down dog. Inhale your left leg up. Open your hips, stay here. Fingertips, left hand, press, make it strong. Deep breath in. Step almost to your hands. To roll up, breathe in. Straighten legs, bend knees, body forward, arms back. Step forward, inhale to float and roll up. And exhale, release your hands by your sides. Close your eyes. Breathe. Breathe in. Exhale, sit back. Inhale to roll up through your spine, reach high, pause at the top. Exhale, arms float down, weight to your left leg. Inhale, beach ball arms twist to the right, right knee lifts. Exhale, send it back, twist to the left. Breathe in. Touch the toes down. Inhale to open it up all the way to goddess. Exhale to bend your knees and let your hands sink down in front of you. Inhale to raise your arms and legs straighten. Exhale, sink deeper and backwards so the weight's back in your body. Arms out to the sides. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, right shoulder to right knee. Now we've got some more space in these ribs. Really open up from the shoulder to your hip. Rainbow, it's not side angle, it's not a straight line. Rainbow, open your right side. Soften your ribs in. Press through the outside edge of your feet. Breathe into this left rib space. Deep breath in. Exhale, release down. Feel the letting go of tension. Other side, breathe in. So same thing here. Move your right shoulder away from your right hip. Let your head and neck be soft, but engage the left side of your body strongly to make more space on the right side. Good. Breathe in. Exhale to sink down through center. Halfway lift. Turn your toes in. Breathe out. Soften down. Palms turn face up. Stay here for 2 breaths. Halfway lift. Turn to the front of your mat. Straighten that front leg. Lift the hip so the leg gets light. Slide it back, keeping it as straight as you can. Breathe to roll forward through a high plank. Exhale to soften down all the way. Hands wide, 1 deep breath for a big cobra. Exhale, soften down. Hands down, shift the hips back. Inhale to curl forward. Exhale, tuck toes, down dog. Right leg, breathe it up smooth. Open the hips, right fingertips get big, get long, leg stays straight. Breathe. Deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knee to step slowly almost to your hands. Reach your arms up, straighten your legs. This time, exhale, bend knees, beach ball arms out in front. Sink the weight into your back leg. Begin to straighten your back leg. Keep the front hip lifting up. Lean back. Make small fists with your hands. Begin to reach them out to your sides. Keep leaning back till you feel a lengthening up the front of your left leg and left side. Lift the back of your rib cage up. It's not a back bend per se. You're just loading up that left hip, opening the front of your body. Press the heel towards the ground. Deep breath in. Exhale, lean forward, arms back. Step forward, breathe all the way up. And arms down, breathe out. Good, close your eyes. Deep breath in. Sigh it out, sink your hips back, sit back, arms dangle. Inhale to roll up through your center. Exhale, arms down, weight to right leg. Beach ball to the left, lift the left knee. Exhale, send it back, beach ball to the right. 1 breath in. Kiss the toes down. Inhale, forward and up, open out. Breathe out, sink the hips and the hands down. Breathe the arms back up. Left shoulder towards left knee, right arm drapes overhead, big breath into those side ribs. Exhale, down and through, head relaxes, right shoulder, right knee, open it up, breathe in. Exhale, down through center. Halfway lift, turn the toes in. And breathe out, soften down. Breathe into halfway. Exhale to the front of the mat. Near straighten that front leg by lifting the hip. Press down through the gown. Big breath in. Make the leg light. Press, slide. Inhale to wave forward through a high plank. Exhale to soften all the way down. Fingertips out wide. Hug the belly in a little. Wave up through a cobra. Back down. Now close your eyes, but keep going. And if it feels good to add an angle, add an angle. Breathe. If it feels good to stop and stay at any point, do that. And next time you come down, turn your head to one side, make a pillow, and for a moment, be still. Be with your breath. So that night, Fox, Woman, Dreaming, and the Hunter got to see the self behind the self in each other and fell in love. It turns out that she knew a lot of songs in an old, forgotten language, and he knew some jokes and some stories, and they were wrapped in the swan cloak of love and depth. And the next day, they woke up and lived like this, very beautifully, for quite some time. But the thing about fox women is they come with a pelt in animal skin, which would hang on the back of the bedroom door. And if you know anything about foxes, you know that they have quite a strong and regal scent to this bright red fox pelt. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale to lift yourself up. Send your hips back. Wave forward. Tuck toes, down dog. Breathe. What happened with our hunter is that in the beginning the smell was barely noticeable. It was kind of a sweet quirk, but after a long time it becomes stronger and stronger. And he sat down over a bottle of wine with his loved one after many months and said, "I love the way you care for my house. You are the bright pulse of my heart. You are the dew drop on a branch on a snowy, sunny summer's morning. But there's just this one thing. There's just this one thing. It's the pelt. It has quite a strong odor. Inhale your left leg up. Open your hip up. Press strongly, fingertips left hand." And he said, "I'm not saying you have to burn the coat or pelt. I'm not saying you have to bury it or get rid of it or throw it out. But would you please just maybe take it outside?" Breathe in. Exhale, step almost to your hands. Roll yourself up. Inhale. Straighten legs. Exhale, bend knees, beach ball arms. Shift your weight back. Begin to straighten the leg as you lean back. Make gentle fists with your hands. Begin to open up. Keep breathing, keep pressing. And Fox woman dreaming looks at the hunter with a smile that many women know. It's a little disappointment and a little mischievousness. And thinks, he's going to forget about this. And leaves it be. Deep breath in. But for the hunter, the smell kept on getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Maybe like this stretch is feeling for you and your back leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, step forward, over, fold. Breathe. Pressing down through your heels, begin to slowly roll up, leaving your head and arms heavy. Eyes closed. Take a full breath in. A long breath out. Again, full breath in. Long breath out. Good. Sit back so your hips sink back. Slightly different this time. Inhale your arms up. Beach ball arms. Soften your shoulders. Maybe keep your eyes closed. Turn your palms so they face away from you. Lift your palms overhead. Now let your lower back relax a little so it can soften. Let your shoulders and the skin around your neck relax a little so you can be here for a few breaths. Breathe. So many months go by and the hunter can't not think about the smell. It's that kind of smell that you totally surrender to. Or it's the kind of smell that haunts your days. And he can't stop thinking about the smell. Until one day, after perhaps a little too much wine, he sits down with the foxwoman dreaming, except this time there's no charm in his words or love in his heart. And he says, "Look, I told you once already, the pelt has to go." And her face crashes a little into sadness. The next day, when they wake up, the pelt is gone, fox woman dreaming is gone, and the smell has gone. And they say truly that to this day, the hunter sits at his door, lonely in his whole body for the smell of the pelt. Breathe, and as you breathe, ask yourself the question, what part of you that is wild have you banished from your heart? What part of you that is part animal, part spirit, have you kept out of your domestic life? Which part of you is lonely in your whole body for something that you had and no longer have? Eyes still closed, sink a little deeper. Breathe in to stand it up slow with the legs. Begin to reach up slow with the arms until you find a position that feels open and free with the arms. And then just even more slowly, let the arms begin to float down. For a moment, just stand and breathe. And deep breath in. And out. Head towards your chest. Begin to slowly roll down. Hang. Let your hands come down and come down to both knees, kneeling. If this is uncomfortable, you can simply come to a seat, sit back on your heels. Close your eyes. Take your right fingertips just behind your hip, left hand to your left knee, but keep your torso forward. Breathe in and think of twisting, but don't twist yet. And as you breathe out, twist just a little way with your breath, so you barely feel it. And continue doing this with every breath. So the inhale, taller, you imagine twisting. And the exhale, you twist, but just a little amount. As you do, you can come back to these questions. What part of you have you banished to the woods outside? What is something that used to drive you crazy about yourself or someone else, but you miss, lonely in your whole body for? Let yourself come back to center. Pause in the center. Left fingertips back. Right hand, left knee. Same thing. Breathe. Center. Eyes still closed. What is one way you can bring some kindness to yourself today? What is one way you can express a little of your wildness today? Sink your hips over to one side. Take your feet out long and come more towards the front of your mat. Place your hands on your knees. Lengthen up through your spine. Good. round your spine, starting from the base, round it all the way up till your head and neck is rounded too. Keep the shape of your spine, reach your hands forward. With your eyes closed, begin to slowly roll down now. When you want to roll fast is the time to slow it down. To notice little moments you want to skip over. Eventually you'll come to laying down with your feet on the ground and knees up, arms overhead or by your sides. Take your feet almost as wide as the mat, arms out to your sides. Starting with the left knee lowered over to your left, let that pull the right knee over, keep your ribs in a little, reach away through your right shoulder, look over your right side. And when I say look, your eyes can be closed, of course. And as you sink and breathe, cast your mind back to the story. The hunter coming home to an act of kindness he's not used to. Doubling back and seeing the long red hair. The beautiful and amazing love in the first night. Raise your right knee up first, let that pull the left knee up. Stay in the center for a moment. When your right knee goes over and down, followed by your left. Left shoulder reaches away. The pelt hanging on the door and the first request for it to be removed. The increasing notice of the smell. The uncharming words. Waking up with no woman, no smell, and no pelt. Or sitting on the balcony, lonely in your whole body. Left knee comes up, right knee comes up. Notice where you are in that story. And it has a message for you. Feet underneath your knees, tuck your tailbone. Keep the tailbone tucked, but begin to slowly curl your spine off the mat. Very slow and very articulated. And don't go into a bridge, just keep it so your body's almost in a straight line. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, begin to roll down. Bring your hands and place them somewhere on your body that feels good. Straighten one leg, follow it by the other. And together with me, take a full deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Breathe a little more in. Open your mouth, let it go. Let your whole body drift and melt. letting yourself be still, giving yourself permission to slip into the other world, the dreaminess of it. And you can relax any tension around your eyes or jaw. And for a few moments, simply float. Notice your breath. Become aware of the rise and the falls of your belly, chest. Actively begin to make your breath longer and deeper, sending it out through your arms, legs, fingers, and toes. You can begin to move in a way that feels good to move, stretching out like a cat on a summer's day. Stretch up long. Rolling over to one side. Hang out there for a moment. And with your head heavy, begin to press up to a seat. Sit tall and soft and still. Coming back to your breath, to the sounds, to softening. So you feel them before they touch. Begin to bring your hands together at your heart. Touch your thumbs to your forehead. And thanks and gratitude to the storytellers, to the fox woman dreaming and hunter within each of us. Love and gratitude. Namaste. Thank you all for joining here today. I hope the story sticks in you as much as it sticks in me. And I have a little homework for you. One is to write about it tomorrow morning when you wake up, to think about it as you fall asleep and write about it the next day. And the other mission, if you choose to accept it, is to choose someone in the best way you can and tell the story. So the best way you can tell it, just tell it to someone. Something alchemical happens. If you like the story aspect of movement and breath and the way that we moved here today, then check out my other classes. Weaving the Thread is a whole 5-part series on story and breath. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, reach out to me. And I hope to see you soon.